Good afternoon, everyone. Monisha, Samruddh. Is it audible sound? Yeah. So we will continue with the MCQ of this chapter, motion in a straight line. But before that, I think you have come to know that there will be a test, right? Very soon. Timetable we will be sharing. I think Friday, sir told, right? Yes or no? Friday we will share the timetable. So what are the chapters? What are the chapters there? Vectors is there. Then there is motion in a straight line. Motion in a straight line. Then there is motion in a plane. Now you may think, sir, what about differentiation and integration? Correct? Huh? You are thinking or not? Should we study differentiation and integration? Well, if you see our material, the first material which I gave was mathematics and physics. So in that material, vectors is there. So whatever questions are there, learning exercise, home exercise, then after that in exam corner, there are 1 mark, 2 mark, 3 mark maybe also there, I think 5 mark questions are there. Those you have to try to complete. Okay, and all the answers will be there in the material itself. You have to search. So those are the questions which you should prepare from that chapter, mathematics and physics, only vectors. Why differentiation and integration I am not including separately is because while doing these two, while discussing these two, students tell me, we have used differentiation and integration or not? So many problems we have done in class itself, assignment also I have given. So differentiation, integration will be always as a tool. It will be always like, multiplication and division. While giving you syllabus for class 10, I will not say multiplication and division is also there like that. Will I say like that? While telling you class 10 syllabus for any test, I will not tell you multiplication and division are also there like that. So separately, I will not ask any question of differentiation. Whatever questions are there in mathematics and physics material, separately for differentiation and integration, from there I will not ask any question. Only vectors from there I will ask. But that doesn't mean you don't remember the formula for differentiation. Because while doing motion in a straight line, for example, I may ask you derive S equal T. For them, we will be announcing very soon. Don't worry about that. Okay. And then I told you about S equal to UT plus half AT square. That formula also to derive, if I ask you calculus method, then what you have to use? Differentiation and integration. Correct or not? Correct now. So please remember these are the 3 chapters. So basically session 1, session 2 and vectors. So after session 2, I think the last time I finished session 2 everything. Okay. So I will not start session 3 because no, there will be some gap. We may give you few days holidays to prepare for your exams. And Saturday, this Saturday, I will keep one maybe 30 minutes like that meeting with all of you together, Zoom meeting. There I will explain to you what are entrance exam, how questions of entrance exam will be slightly different from board exams, and how to write the exam, how you should, which subject you should start first, how much time you should spend in solving one question, how many questions are there, what is the pattern of the exam, what should be your mental attitude while writing the exam. Should I try to solve all the questions? Because in board exam, you try to solve all the questions. Yes or no, students? In board exam, you try to solve all the questions, right? Except whatever is, if they say any 5 questions, then you may do 5 questions. But in board exam, your attempt is always to write all the questions. Not in entrance exam. If you go with that kind of attitude, you will struggle very much. So there are some tricks and all which you should learn. But I don't want to spend this time, because this time I want to spend in teaching. So I don't want to spend. So this Saturday, maybe 10 o'clock. I have told Kiran sir, you will soon get the message, I think. We will plan a short meeting where I will explain about the entrance exams. And if you have any doubt regarding board exams also, you can ask me. Is it fair enough? Is it okay? Fine, everyone? Okay, yeah. Fine. So let us see the questions. What was the last question I did? Question number? Let me check whether I have the material or not. Yeah. Question number 6 I did, no? Okay. 7 also I have done actually. It is similar to whatever practice I have given to you. So in question number 7 also you should try yourself. Question number 8. Yeah, let us try question number 8. Okay, 7 you can do yourself. Some questions you can do yourself. Okay, so those easy questions I will not do. If you still get doubt, you can message me and discuss. I will do little medium questions and difficult questions because solutions already I have shared with you. No, so easy questions you can try to solve yourself. Is it okay, students? Is it fine if I give you easy questions and I will do medium and difficult questions? Okay, that is how we should do it, right? Otherwise, entrance will never be completed. So question number 8, you see. Question number 8. Okay, listen carefully. One car moving on a straight road. Straight road matlab it is motion in a straight line. Covers 1/3 of the distance with 20 km/h. So whatever is the distance covered, 1/3 of the total distance, it travels with what speed? 20 km/h. And remaining distance, the rest, with what speed? 60 km/h. They want you to calculate the average speed. So again, in such problems, there is no acceleration. Okay, no acceleration. No acceleration in all these problems. Okay, so how? Suppose let us say the car goes like this. So let us say this is the total distance. This is the total distance. Now, in the question, what they told, 1/3 of this distance. 1/3 matlab, if you divide this into 3 parts, one part, one part, one part. This much part, A to B. So 1/3 means this distance will be how much? S by 3. Yes or no? 1/3 of the total distance. It covers with what velocity they told? V1, let us write. What is V1 given? 20 km/h. And remaining distance, what is the remaining distance? If this is 1/3, if this is 1/3 of total, this will be how much? Remaining will be how much? 2/3. So 2/3 of the total distance, it travels with another velocity, but constant. Okay, this velocity is also constant from here to here. This velocity is also constant from here to here. No acceleration. And what is V2? V2 is 60 km/h. Right? So we have to find average speed. What is the definition of average speed or average velocity? Because it is here, it is traveling in a straight line and it is not changing direction also. If it is not changing direction, then you know average velocity and average speed are same. Okay. So what is the total distance covered from here to here? Total distance covered from here to here is S. Correct? No. And time taken, how to write time taken? Let us say from here to here, it took T1 time. From A to B, it took how much time? T1. B to C, let us say it took time T2. Then what will be total time? T1 plus T2. Agree or not? This much all of you agree? Okay. Now what we have to do? We have to try to write T1. Listen carefully now. We have to try to write T1 in terms of S and T2 in terms of S. Why, sir? That way, if you do S, we can take common and then S will get cancelled. Okay. So look here. From A to B, it is traveling with this constant velocity. So this velocity I can write displacement from here to here is S by 3. time taken is, I am saying T1. So if you cross multiply, T1 will be what? S by 3 V1. Correct? No? Cross multiply. T1 you take here, V1 will come down. Similarly, how to write T2 in terms of S? Look here. This is V2. This velocity is from B to C, remember. So from B to C, what is the displacement? 2/3 of total displacement, velocity and time taken from here to here is T2. So what will be T2? 2/3 of total displacement divided by V2. Correct? No. So now you can see I have found T1 in terms of total distance, T2 in terms of total distance. Let us put these two here. Okay, so if you put these two here, what will be your average velocity? Total displacement divided by T1 is S by 3 V1 plus 2S by 3 V2. What will happen to S now? S will get cancelled. Yesterday somebody was asking how it will get cancelled, right? Now it is very easy. You can take S common. So if you take S common, you will get like this. Right? After taking S common, you will get like this. Then S will cancel. Then you put the value of V1 and V2. So everybody understood how the problem was done. They told, again, let me repeat quickly. The car is traveling with 20 km/h, constant 20 km/h for 1/3 of the total distance. So if the total distance is this much, 1/3 of the total distance it travels with 20 km/h. And remaining distance will be how much? 2/3. 2/3 of the total distance it travels with another velocity, which is V2. So V1 and V2 are given. We have to find average velocity. So what I did, I found time taken from here to here first in terms of total distance. Then I found time taken from here to here in terms of total distance. Then I use the definition of average velocity, or you can say average speed also in this problem. Why? Because it travels in a straight line without changing direction. So what is the definition of average velocity? Total displacement by total time taken from here to here. How much the answer comes? Put 20 here, 60 here. Anyone has done the calculation part? It will come 36 km/h. Okay, 36 km/h. Which option it is? It is not visible, no? 36 km. Option D. Channa, we are doing, I think you came little late. We are doing questions from the assignment sheet, which I gave all of you to practice, but I'm helping you people in some difficult questions. Calculation part everybody was able to do, right? Sir, I didn't understand which question? 41, huh? Okay, I will do 41, but first let me give you one exercise to try. Okay, one exercise for you to try based on similar question, average velocity. It is little bit more interesting because I will now write the distance in terms of 3 parts. So imagine like this. All of you, extra question. So listen carefully, okay, so that you can understand and then you can try how to solve. There is a car which is moving from here to here. Okay. Now, first half of the distance, first half. So this half, it is traveling with velocity V1, constant. V1, 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 V1. So the total distance he is dividing into 2 equal parts, this part and this part. So the distance is divided into 2 equal parts, and for the first part he is traveling with V1 velocity. Clear till now? Let me call this C. Then remaining part remaining part, whatever time it took from here to here, that time he is dividing into two equal times and traveling with velocities v2 and v3. So will distance be same? If I travel with different velocity for equal times, will I cover same distance or different distance? For equal time, if I travel with different velocity, I will cover different distance, right? Okay. So maybe it goes from C to D, okay, with velocity v2, and from D to B with velocity v3. But in the question, what is given? Whatever time it took from here to here, that time is equal to this time. Not from here to here, okay? Not from here to here. Here to here and here to here equal time. And this distance is S. This distance is also, it has to be S. Okay? So what will be given in the question? In the question, they will give you V1, V2, V3. You have to find average velocity. In this average velocity, finally, when you solve, as you do lot of algebra and whatever technique you want to apply your technique, no problem. Whatever answer should come, should be in terms of what, students? V1, V2 and V3. Okay, only these three should be there. What are these? Again, let me try to explain the question. Everybody understood the question? Is there anyone who wants me to explain the question? Shall I explain the question one more time? Last time? Okay, so listen here. Shanmukh, listen here. There is a car which is covering some total distance. I don't know the total distance, they have not given. But the car is traveling with constant velocity v1 for some distance. Okay, and it is covering equal distance. Next, so if this is S, this is also S. But the remaining distance, it is covering in two equal times. Matlab, from here to here, if it took 2 hours, then for 1 hour it travels with this velocity. For 1 hour it travels with another velocity. Clear or not? So this distance cannot be same as this distance. Shanmukh, can this distance be equal to this distance? Because in the question I am telling you times are equal. Times are equal. So can the distance be equal? No, sir. Okay. That's why I am showing you D is solpa this side. D is not in the middle. So this is the question. So how will you try to find average velocity? Try once, spend 1 minute, 2 minutes, whatever time you can spend. Please try, okay? You must try. And remember, at the end, only V1, V2, V3 should be there. Because in the question, given quantities are V1, V2, V3. But they have not given any values here, 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 here. The only thing they told this distance is equal to this distance, and this distance it covers in two equal times. Only that much information they have given. Let me put bracket for time. Okay. So let me now try to solve, because even if you get the answer, it will be difficult for you to type, I know. So I will do it. Now you check. So everybody concentrate. From A to C, time taken, I have no idea. So what I will do, I will assume some symbol. So let me assume from A to C, time taken is T1. What is T1? I have created the symbol myself. Okay, and what is T1? Time taken from A to C. Then look at the diagram and tell me what should be V1. There is no acceleration in anywhere in the problem. From here to here, constant velocity. From here to here, constant velocity. From here to here, constant velocity. But all those velocities are different. So tell me how to write V1. Anyone? S by T1, correct. S by T1. Right? So therefore, what will be T1? cross multiply S by V1, right? So why I'm doing like this? Why I'm trying to find T1? Because T1 is my creation. I have created T1. No, so I need to find T1 in terms of given quantity. T1 in terms of given quantity. Later we have to substitute. So this is done. Now from here to here, this distance will not be same. Remember, this distance and this distance will not be same. So let me assume this distance is S dash and this distance is S double dash. Okay, again these two I have created. Understood or not? Hello students. These two distance symbols I have to create myself. So what will be V2 now? V2 S dash by time taken from here to here is T. So what will be S dash V2 into T? Correct? Yeah, correct. What about V3? V3 will be S double dash by same T or different T? Same T or different T? Same T, because in the question they told the remaining half distance, it covers in 2 equal times they told. So this will be also T. So what will be my S double dash cross multiply V3T? So if you notice students, whatever I created myself, whatever symbols I created myself, I have tried to find all of them in terms of given quantity. V1 was given, V2 was given, V3 was given. Now tell me how I should write average velocity for the entire journey. Okay, from here to here. How I should write? Definition is what? Total displacement by total time. So can somebody tell me? Hey, use the symbols that we have written. 2s by, yes, Karthik has written correctly. Total distance is 2s. Total time taken is how much? Total time taken. T1 from here to here, T from here to here, T from here to here. So T1 plus 2T. Anybody has doubt here? Ask me, I'll explain how I wrote this. Anyone has doubt? Okay. So now what we have to try to do? We have to try to write T1 in terms of S and T2, sorry, not T2 is not there. T in terms of S. Why, sir? If you do that, what will happen to S? S will cancel. Understanding or not slowly the idea? Okay. So T1 to see, T1 already I wrote in terms of S. So let me not solve right now. So T1 already I know in terms of S, but I don't know T in terms of S. No, I should try to write T1 in terms of S, T in terms of S. Previous question you did not see or what? Previous question how I solve. So if I write T1 in terms of S, T in terms of S, then S will be taken common and S will cancel. But you can see here T1 already I wrote in terms of S from here. T how to find? Because this is S dash, this is S double dash. So if you notice carefully the diagram, can you tell me what will be S dash plus S double dash? According to question, it should be S only. Yes or no? This plus this should be this only. So this was how much? S dash was V2T. S double dash was V3T equal to S. T you take common. T you take common. So what will be T equal to? S by V2 plus V3. So now you can see I have found T also in terms of S. So let us substitute. What is T1? T1 from here, okay? T1 you write from here. S by V1. 2 into T. T. T is how much from here? Yeah, I'll meet you. So T will be equal to how much? S by V2 plus V3. I forgot to mute. Done now.
Mute ಮಾಡಿ.
This part everybody understood what I did. T I substituted from here. Okay, from here. This is the main part. This your brain should tell you. Your brain should tell you that this you have to do like that, and it will come through practice. Don't worry. As you keep practicing more and more problems, your brain will get used to. So this, all these things I will explain to you on this Saturday meeting. Okay. So T I have found. So now it is very simple. So now if you take S common, then S will cancel. So now we can tell the answer should be. So average velocity will be equals to 2 divided by 1 by V1 plus, because S got cancelled, 2 divided by V2 plus V3. Right? Then you can take LCM. You can stop here also, but maybe in the option this may not be there. So here you take LCM, V1, V2 plus V3. Product is the LCM, then this will cancel. This will go here. And then when you take this one, this will cancel here. This V1 will go here. Then this will go up. So 2 V1, V2 plus V3 divided by V2 plus V3 divided by 2V1. So finally you can see the answer is in terms of whatever was given quantity. Given quantity was what? V1, V2 and V3. Of course, nobody should try to remember this formula. Are you trying to, will you try to remember this formula or what? Nobody should try to remember the formula. You should try to see how, what is the technique used, how we are trying to find average velocity. Okay. So this question may take little bit time, but again, some questions you will have to spend more time than other questions. Okay, one more very interesting question is there. Question number 10. Question number 10, you see. All these questions are based on average velocity. Only one formula I'm using if you look carefully. Only one formula. What? Velocity as displacement by time. I'm not writing half AT square. Why? Because there is no acceleration in these problems. Understood or not? So only one formula. By using one formula, so many questions we can create. Okay, now see question number 9 you have to try because it is similar to what I did before. Question number 10 you see. Listen carefully to the question. A man walks on a straight road from his home to a market 2.5 kilometers away with a speed of 5 kilometers per hour. So this is the home, let's say. A is the home and B is the market. This distance they have given, yeah, 2.5 kilometers. So this much distance, and he goes from here to here with what velocity? 5 kilometers per hour. Okay, it was given just a number. Matlab, he is moving with what velocity? Constant velocity, because they did not mention anything else. They just told the person goes from home to market with velocity 5 kilometers per hour. So no acceleration. Now what they are saying, finding the market closed, he instantly turns and walks back home with what speed? So while going, he was going with this speed. While coming back, he is going with what speed? 7.5. 7.5 kilometer per hour. So while going back, he is going with 7.5 kilometer per hour. Question is the average speed of the man over what interval? 0 to 40 minutes. So they want average velocity from 0 time to 40 minutes. Okay. Now students, tell me one thing. Do you think in this 40 minutes, he may be back home 100%? Do you think? He may not be reached his home. He may have reached his home. We have no idea. We have no idea. Yes or no, students? We have no idea whether he may reach his home. So you cannot think this question as, you know, he travels with one speed. It travels like this with 5 km/h, and then he comes up to here. So up to here, you should not think. Up to here. That we have to find out. So look here. Let us see from A to B. When he was going from A to B, how much time it took? How much time it took? Let us calculate. What is the formula? Velocity is displacement by time. So time will be displacement by velocity. Right? What was the displacement from here to here? Displacement from here to here is, they said average velocity or average speed? Average speed they told. So we have to be very careful because now he's turning. So I should write average speed. Velocity I will ask in the coming exam. Velocity I will ask. Speed I will do now, whatever they have told. What is the displacement from here to here? 2.5 kilometer. What is the velocity from A to B? While going this way, what was the velocity? 5. Right? So this is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 hour will go up. 1 by 2 hour. 1 by 2 hour means how many minutes? 1/2 hour means how many minutes? 30 minutes. Correct, no students? Okay. That means from A to B, from home to market, he has already taken 30 minutes. We are asked to find average velocity, average speed from 0 to 40 minutes, right? So we have to find remaining how minutes still we have to allow the person to walk. Remaining 10 minutes we have to allow the person to walk because we have to find average velocity between 0 and 40. Understood or not? So for another 10 minutes, let us see how far he will go. So let us see how far he will go in the remaining 10 minutes. So for the remaining 10 minutes, distance covered, S dash, let me write this distance. Okay, this distance will be how much? Speed was how much? Speed is 7.5 kilometer. Time taken is ½ hour. Right? Kilometer per hour. Time taken is ½ hour. Everybody understood this formula, right? Everybody understood this formula? What formula I am using? Displacement is velocity into time. But time taken from here to here, okay, here to here. 30 minutes he has reached here, 30 to 40 minutes. Time taken is 10 minutes, which is, not half an hour. Time taken is 10 minutes means 10 by 60 hours. Not half an hour. 10 minutes I have to write, no? Yes or no? He traveled for how much time further? For how much time he further traveled? 10 minutes. So 10 minutes means how much hour? 10 by 60 hour. So it will be 0, 0 will cancel. 7.5 divided by 6. That much kilometer further he will walk. This much. So now we can find average speed. In what units the answer is given? Kilometer per hour. Okay. So average speed will be total distance by total time taken. What is the total distance he covered? First he went from home to market. That time he traveled 2.5 kilometers. Then for remaining 10 minutes, he traveled with this velocity. So this was the displacement, but in this direction. So 7.5 divided by 6. divided by total time taken is from home to market 30 minutes, from market to some distance 10 minutes, so 40 minutes. 40 minutes means 40 by 60. So try to convert everything in hours. Okay, try to convert everything in hours because the answer is in kilometer per hour. So this was 40 minutes, remember, which is 40 by 60 hour. What is the answer? Try to solve. (45 by 8). 45 by 8. Okay. Kilometer per hour. No need to write in decimal form. No need to write in decimal form. This 0, 0 will cancel. 2 2s are 4. 2 3s are 6. Okay. Then you try to simplify this part. You will get 45 by 8. (7.5 by 3). So if you simplify, you should get 45 by 8. Everybody is able to do. If anyone wants me to simplify this, tell me openly. Do not feel hesitant. If you think, sir, just try to know how it comes, you can tell me. But if you are able to solve yourself, good. That is good only. If you want me to help you, you just tell me now only, I will do it. Okay, so somebody is asking me to solve, so look here. See these calculations, no, you should be able to do. Okay, so 22.5 plus 7.5 by 6 divided by 2 by 3, right? This we have to solve. So this you have to try to solve. Okay, otherwise if you are not able to do this, you have to practice. So look here. I think with 3 I can divide. 3 2s are 6, right? 3 2s are 6, 1 carry 3.5. So 2.5 you will get. Then if I take 2.5 common, I will get 1 plus half divided by 2 by 3. Then this will be 2.5. This will be 2, 3 divided by 2 by 3. Right? Then this will be 3 5s are 15. 3 5s are 15. 5 1 carry. 3 2s are 6, 7. 7.5 divided by 2 into 3 by 2. So 3 5s are 15. 5 1 carry. 3 7 21 22. 22.4 divided by 4. What was the answer given? 45 by 8. How it is coming 45 by 8? I did some mistake. Huh? So this is 7.5 divided by 6. 3 2s are 6. 3 2s are 6. 1 carry. 3 5s are 15. 2.5 common. 1 plus half. 1 plus half is, so this is 2.5 into 3 by 2 divided by 2 by 3. Then this should be 2 3 5s are 15. 5 1 carry. 3 2s are 6. 7.5 divided by 2 into 3 by 2. So 45 22 22.5 divided by 4. Then you have to check options now. So sometimes this may not be there in the option. No, this may not be there. So if you see there is 8 here, so if you multiply by 2 here, it will become 8. Then you multiply by 2 here. So 2 5s are 10, 0. 2 2s are 4, 5. 2 2s are 4. So 45 by 8. Somebody who was asking me, did you understand how to do such calculations? If you are not able to do these calculations, you will not reach the answer. So you may be able to do all the formulas, everything, but if these small calculations, if you are not able to do, students, usually I don't do this kind of calculations in class. I ask my students to try. If some of the students who feel difficulty, they will call me and I explain them separately. But you should have the habit of solving these numerical values. Otherwise, you will reach till the last, but you will not be able to tick the option because you are not able to solve this kind of numericals. Okay. Yeah, Stalin, you were telling which question number? Question number 41. Acha, 41 is based on gravity. So everybody tell me one thing. What is the value when a body is falling freely? It means what? The only force acting should be what? The only force acting should be gravity. And that time, what is the acceleration due to gravity? G, 9.8. In what direction? In what direction? Downwards. Okay, so this is the basic thing you should know. And if I drop something, what is the initial velocity? 0. Now listen carefully. Listen carefully now. Stop writing. Suppose Pankaj sir is moving in some balloon. In some balloon, I am moving upwards with 2 meters per second. Okay. Then I take my ball, I take this ball out and then I drop it. What will be the initial velocity of the ball? Initial velocity when it started. Who is the one who wrote 0? Can you write 0 once more? I missed the name. Anyways, no problem. Remember, the balloon is going up. See, understand now, students, it is something we have discussed so many times. If I'm walking with 2 meters per second, all my parts, my kidney, my heart, my lungs, all are walking with that velocity, not walking, all are moving with same velocity only. So as long as I'm holding the balloon, as long as I'm holding the, sorry, not the balloon, the ball is also moving with me. So when I release it, at that point, the ball also will have 2 meters per second. Understood? So this ball, though I have dropped, it will act like a ball which is thrown upwards. Understood that sentence? Though I have dropped, it will act like a ball which is thrown upwards with what velocity? 2 meters per second. So will it come straight down? Will it come straight down or will it go up and then down? Up and then down or straight down? Up and then down. So this is the most important part of that problem. So let us now see question number 41. By the way, now acceleration is there, students. So if acceleration is there, you cannot say displacement is velocity into time. Please don't write like this. Now you have to write half AT square. The good thing is it is still 1D motion. Still 1D motion. So no need to take components. Okay, question number 41. So listen carefully. A balloon starts rising. A balloon starts rising from the ground. So from the ground, a balloon starts rising. So what was the initial velocity? Must be 0. Balloon. Let me write B, okay, for balloon. So initial velocity is 0 because it starts, no, it starts from obviously rest only. With what acceleration? 1.25 meter per second square. Upwards. So acceleration downwards, how it will go? Upwards only. So acceleration of balloon is 1.25 meter per second square. B I'm writing, okay, for balloon. After 8 seconds, a stone is released. After 8 seconds. So that time the balloon will be here or somewhere here. It will not be here, no. So after 8 seconds, the balloon will be somewhere here. So this is after 8 seconds. Okay, time taken is 8 seconds. So let us see from here to here. Remember, from here to here, time taken is given 8 seconds. From here to here. Now let us try to find how much far it goes. This height let us calculate. And also let us calculate what was the velocity of the balloon. Final velocity after 8 seconds when the stone was released. So forget about that stone right now. Just try to concentrate on the balloon. And can I say the balloon is moving freely under gravity? No, if balloon was moving freely under gravity, acceleration would have been how much? Acceleration would have been G. but this acceleration is not g. Shanmukh, not 0. If something is moving under gravity, its acceleration is g, not 0. So since this is moving with acceleration 1.25 meter per second square, it is very clear that this balloon is not something which you should consider as falling under gravity or moving under only gravity. Some other forces are also acting. You don't have to worry about the forces. Why, sir? Because they have given you the acceleration. So for balloon, let us calculate the displacement of the balloon. Let us calculate the displacement of the balloon. Initial velocity, T, this formula, plus half a t square. Okay. Now, what is the initial velocity? 0. Initial velocity is 0. So, what will be displacement of the balloon? What is the acceleration? 1.25. Time taken is 8. So, 8 square. 8 square means 8 into 8. So this will be 2 4s are 8. 4 into this you do. 4 5s are 20. 0 2 carry. 4 2s are 8. 9 10. 0 1 carry. 4 1s are 4 5. Right? So 5 into 8. 5 into 8 will be 40 meters. Okay. So again, I'm saying such calculation you should be able to do. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. So we came to know that it has gone up to 40 meters. Let me put a circle here. Can you tell me why I'm putting circle here? I have told you last time also when I do such things. Anyone remembers? Why I put circle in this number? Correct. Sujal was listening carefully because we have found it. So whatever we have found, Abhigna also, whatever we have found in the calculation, I will put circle, okay, so that you don't get confused that it was not given in the question. Let us also find the final velocity. So what will be final velocity of balloon? Initial velocity plus acceleration into time. Which formula I used? V equal to U plus AT. Initial velocity of balloon is 0. So final velocity of balloon will be, acceleration of balloon is 1.25. Time taken was 8 seconds. How much it will come? Who is doing calculation? Everybody should try, I'm telling. 10. And nobody should use calculator. Usually in classroom, no, if students use calculator, I will hit their hands only like this, tack like that. But right now I cannot check. But don't use calculator. You have to try to do it manually. What seconds? 10 meter per second. Okay. So one thing we have found that this velocity is 10 meter per second. Okay. Right till here. You can use third equation also. But why unnecessary? No. This is easy, I think. Third equation also we can use, Gagandev. Okay, for balloon part, everybody understood? Everybody understood balloon part? Initial velocity was 0. Acceleration was mentioned directly to us. No problem. Okay. Now be careful. Now, after this, the question starts. So what they told? There was a balloon. It started with this acceleration. After 8 seconds, what they told? A stone is released after 8 seconds. So that time, this stone will have how much velocity? Everybody should tell correctly when you release it. 10 meter per second. So this is your stone now. So the initial velocity of the stone will be same as the final velocity of the balloon. So this will be the initial velocity of the stone, 10 meter per second. Okay, students. So after that, once you release it, now it will fall under gravity. Now there is no balloon. Forget about balloon now. So when it is at a height of 40 meters, it is released. So it will have the same velocity as the balloon. And balloon was going upwards. So stone also will have that much velocity upwards. And now since it is no longer with the balloon, Now I am not holding the stone. So now the stone's path will be controlled by Pankaj sir or gravity? Gravity. So the stone will go up, then come back and down. Okay. Let us check options one by one. What is the first option? It reaches the ground in 4 seconds. Let us check time taken. Let us do directly. Let us do directly. This is A. This is B. Okay, let us try to do this way. Oh, I remember, students, this kind of problem we did in our EPL. You remember one stone was thrown from the top of the building. From the top of the building, one stone was thrown upwards like that. Same problem. So let us try to find from A to C. From A to C, let us try to find the time taken. So when the stone will reach here, its velocity will be 0. Right? So from A to C, let us use the formula V equal to U plus AT. Final velocity is 0. Initial velocity is 10 upwards. Acceleration due to gravity is downwards. So minus 10 I'll write. Okay, I have taken up positive. I have taken up positive because I wanted to write plus 10 here. Otherwise, you write minus 10 here, plus 10 here. So this will be equal to 1 second. Right? 10t will come this side. 10t will come this side. 10t equal to 10. So t will be 1 second. This is clear? Okay. Now tell me how high it will go from here to here, this distance. So from A to C, let us use S equal to, let us use other formula. V square minus U square equals to 2AS. So final velocity, or this one too, you remember directly also, maximum height formula you can use if you remember. Otherwise, you can use this formula. Final velocity is 0, initial is 10, acceleration is minus 10, displacement I want to find. Let us write this displacement as something called as x. X positive, okay? So this will give you x equals to 100 by 20. 100 by 20 will give you 5. Correct now? So 5 meter here. Correct? This is clear? Okay. Can we use directly our formula for maximum height? Let us check. What was the formula for maximum height? U square by 2g. Remember this formula or not? When a body is thrown with initial velocity u, it goes up to what height? U square by 2g. What was your initial velocity? 10. 10 into 10 divided by 2. G value is 10. So that will be 5. So same answer you will get. So if you remember this formula directly, you can find this maximum height. Okay. Now, what will be time taken from C to B? So C to B. C to B, what formula I will use? S equal to UT plus half AT square. Okay, already I have taken upward positive. So let me not change this. Now tell me the displacement from here to here. This is 5 meter I have found. Tell me the displacement from here to here, 45. 40 is this much, 5 is this much, so 45. Minus, because I am taking upward positive. That is your wish, you do whatever you feel like. Initial velocity is 0, because I am doing from C to D. So it starts from here and here. So if I take C as my initial point, my velocity here is 0, right? So initial velocity is 0. Half. Acceleration is minus 10 t square. 2 5s are 10. So minus 45 equals to minus 5 t square. So that will be how much? T square will be 9. T will be 3 seconds. So after you release, after what time it will reach the ground? Once you release it, how much time afterwards it will reach the ground? 4 seconds. Why 4 seconds? It took 1 second to go here. It took 1 second to go here and 3 seconds to come from here to here. Right? So it took 4 seconds. Thus, stone reaches, or let me write directly like this, time taken from A to C to B. Time taken from A to C to B is equal to 1 plus 3, 4 seconds. So option 1 is correct or not correct? Option 1, it's no. Huh? Why, Stalin? Option 1, what they told, it reaches the ground in 4 seconds. It is correct. So first option is correct. Shall I tell you why other options are not correct or not needed? Since here only one option is correct, once you get the answer, you can tick. Why no need? We will check. No, what is there? Second option, you see, begins to move down after being released. This is what many students will tick. What they are saying in second option, after you release the stone, it begins to move down. Does it begin to move down, or first it goes up? First it goes up, then it comes down. So please remember, option B is wrong. Many people will think it will go down because in the question they told the stone is released. But if you read carefully, the stone was released from a moving person. The person was moving upwards. So that time the stone also will have the same velocity as the person. Have a displacement of 50 meter. No, displacement is how much? From here it started till here it reached. So what is displacement? 40 meter downwards. Displacement is 40 meter. And they said covers a distance of 40 meter. No, distance will be how much? From here to here 5 meter. So why S is minus 45? Because I am writing this equation from C to B. C to B. C to B, what is the displacement? This is 5 meter. This is 40 meters. So from C to B, how much is the distance? No, somebody was asking doubt why I have used 45 meter. Because I found the time taken like this. First I found from here to here. Then I found from here to here. That is why I wrote initial velocity 0. So distance is 5 meter up, 5 meter down, again 40 meter down. So distance, if they ask, 50 meter. Now, one thing you try at home for same question. The stone started from here, it moved up, then gravity will slow it down, stop somewhere, and then come back to ground. How I found the time taken? First, I found from here to here. It was very easy because final velocity here is how much? Final velocity here is 0. Then I found time taken from here to here. That is also easy because from here to here, initial velocity will be 0. Correct? No? From here to here, initial velocity will be 0. But you can also try this way. A to B directly. A to B directly you can use. Why you can do directly? Because you know acceleration is constant, G. So you can do directly also. So S equal to ut plus half at square. So the student who was asking why I did not write displacement 40 meter, now you can write, but you have to be very careful with what, students? This time direction. You have to be very careful with direction. So let me take upward positive. You try the problem with upward negative, your wish. So displacement is how much? I am applying from where to where? A to B. So A to B displacement is minus 40. Initial velocity at A. Don't use this one. From A to B I am saying. From A to B initial velocity is 10. Acceleration due to gravity is minus 10. Because it is always downwards. T square. So this will give you minus 40, 10t minus 5t square. Divide by 5, minus 8, 2t minus t square. Bring this one this side. t square minus 2t minus 8. This will be a quadratic equation. T square, 4 2s are right, minus 4t plus 2t minus 8. Take t common, t minus 4 plus 2 common, t minus 4. So t minus 4, t plus 2 equal to 0. So what are the solutions? T equal to 4 seconds. Arey, this one I told homework, no? Arey, I only did. Okay. So this way also you can do. If you like quadratic equations, you can do this way also. But it is always little bit easier to do from A to C first, then from C to B. Understood? Can I take the other solution also? Can I accept the other solution? No, other solution will be minus 2. Minus 2 means, you know what does minus 2 mean? It means you are dropping it now and the stone will reach 2 seconds before. So 10 o'clock if you drop, 9 o'clock it will reach. Okay. That is time travel in opposite direction. Any specific question if you have, people, you tell me, otherwise I will do from my choice. You can tell any question, don't worry, don't think that others may think it is easy like that. You should not worry about others. Everything, I will explain this Saturday, how to study, how to be confident, how to not feel, bogged down by others, how to always compete with whom you should compete all the time. With Pankaj Sara? No, with yourself. Okay. So all those things I will explain to you. So now tell me if there is any specific question you want me to solve. Otherwise, I will start from my own choice. But I will go back. I want to do some problems from uniform acceleration also. This one is done. Okay, 13 question. This, to assign the directions. Neha, did you write the question for everyone or only for me? If you tell only to me, then it will be difficult. No, do one thing, Neha. Give me a call today. Evening, will you call me? Okay, so give me a call in the evening. Aram se I will clear your doubt. So Neha is thinking how to be perfect in direction. How to know which one to take positive, negative. So I will explain her. Because others, I think you know. If you have confusion, please call me. Okay, no problem. Question number 13, students. Somebody was asking me in the WhatsApp. It's very easy question. See what they are saying. A particle experiences a constant acceleration. Acceleration is what? Constant. For 20 seconds, they told. Starting from where? Rest. So initial velocity is 0. If it travels a distance s1 in 10 seconds and distance s2 in the next 10 seconds, what will be the ratio? For this, what law you should use? Whenever initial velocity is 0 and acceleration is constant, what I told you, that in equal intervals of time, the body will cover displacements in the ratio 1:3:5. That way, if you remember, it will be very easy. So the body moves from 0 times 0 to time 20 seconds. Correct? 20 seconds. For the first 10 seconds, it will be somewhere here. Can it be in the middle? Can it be in the middle? Can it be in the middle? No chance. Why no chance? Because first it is moving slowly, then it is moving faster. First it is moving slowly, then it is moving faster and faster. Therefore, for the first 10 seconds, it will cover less distance. This distance is given S1. So this will always be less, students. Sir, why it is less, sir? From here to here, time taken is 10 seconds. From here to here, time taken is 10 seconds. Then why the distance is less? Because the body is accelerating. Accelerating matlab what? Its velocity is increasing. Matlab later on it will be moving faster. Matlab it will cover more distance later than initially. Correct or not? Later it will cover more distance in 1 second or 10 seconds compared to initial distance covered in the first 10 seconds. So this distance they are telling S2. So this you can directly apply Galileo's law. So you can write directly S1 is to S2 will be 1 is to 3. So S1 by S2 will be 1 by 3. So S2 will be S1 will be S2 divided by 3. To cross multiply. So which option? B. Now let me tell to those students who think, sir, don't use like this Galileo's law and all. Use those 3 equations and solve. So can we do using those 3 equations? Yes, we can do. How will you calculate S1? Ut plus half at square. Initial velocity 0. Right? Velocity here is 0, they told. Right? So S1 will be half. Acceleration is, I don't know, but it is constant. Time taken is what? From here to here, 10 seconds. So 10 square. So 100 A by 2. Correct, everybody? This much is clear? Distance covered in 10 seconds. Initial velocity 0. Acceleration value they have not given. So value you cannot find. So you have to assume some acceleration. Now let me tell from here to here. From here to here. Let me call this S dash. So actually, you know, students, I should write here second like that, but no problem. Any symbol you can use in exam, that is your wish. So S dash, let me write. S dash, same formula, ut plus half at square. Since I am measuring from here to here, S dash is from here to here. What will be initial velocity? 0. Initial velocity 0. So it will be half A. What is t square? Time taken from here to here? 220 square. So 400 A by 2. Correct now? Okay. Now I want S2, remember. They want in question relation between S1 and S2. What will be S2? This total distance minus this first distance. This is 400 A by 2 minus this is 100 A by 2. So this is how much? 300 A by 2. Correct? Now tell me ratio. S1 is to S2. 100 A by 2 is to 300 A by 2. 1 is to 3. Same or not? So you should do it by you remembering Galileo's law, or you should spend time doing this. You should solve by remembering Galileo's law, or you should solve by doing like this. Galileo's law you should use so that you can do it faster. Now, somebody may think, why cannot we write S2? Okay. Where shall I write? Let me rub this part. Okay. So suppose somebody is asking this S2, sir, why don't you write directly ut plus half at square? Can I use this equation for S2? Yes or no? We can use Samruth, Tabassum. We can use, but you cannot put 0 here. No, AY you need. A is constant. But you cannot put 0 here. Understood or not? Hello? Students, are you understanding? You cannot put 0 here. So what you have to do? Whatever velocity here it has, let us call it V. That V will be initial velocity. So that V you have to use. Understood now? So if velocity here is v, then that v we can use. Why, sir? Because from here to here, whatever is the final velocity will be from here to here. What will be that final velocity? Now it will become what velocity? Initial velocity. Very good. So let us calculate this v. This v will be what? U plus at from here to here. U is 0 from here to here. So this will be a into from here to here 10 seconds. So v is a into 10 into t. T is what? From here to here. What is time taken from here to here? From here to 10. So 10 plus half a 10 square. 100 square 100 a plus what will we get? 100 a plus 100 a by 2. That will be how much? 300 a by 2. Same or not? Same or not? So matlab what? Matlab you can do whichever way you want. However, you should be very careful with what you are writing, from where to where you are using the equation. So as long as you are careful about that, you can do it any way you want, students. Physics can be done in variety of ways. Whichever you feel comfortable, you do it. It doesn't matter. But concept should be clear. Concept should be clear. One little bit challenging question we will do, or you want easy only? One challenging question is there. But before I challenge that question, let us do a little bit easier question that you try quickly. Okay, we don't have time. Quickly you try. 20-second question, huh? Okay. 20-second. 20-second is the one I was trying to do. Sanvi, you were the one who asked, no? Just now? Okay. So we will do the same question. That is what I was telling you. That is a little bit challenging question. But before we do 20-second, first little bit easier question let us do. Little bit easier. So look carefully. A body starts with 0 velocity. A body starts with velocity equal to 0. I don't want to write u like that right now. So velocity here is 0. Let me write, no problem. U is 0. Then it accelerates. Okay, it accelerates from here to here. Acceleration is plus a1. Plus a1. Matlab positive acceleration. So it will increase speed. Whenever acceleration is in the direction of velocity, speed will increase. Up to here, it goes with this acceleration. Covering some distance, let me write s1. From here onwards, it retards. From here to here, it covers distance s2 and then it retards. Retards means if velocity is this side, acceleration should be this side. So I should write minus a2. Okay, so acceleration is minus a2. a2 is the value. It could be 5, 10, whatever. So finally, again, it stops here. Okay, students, so this is usually how we move, right? We start from rest. Then after wherever we want to reach, we again come back to rest. So we start from rest. We accelerate with constant acceleration a1 from here to here. And then from here to here, I again retard, but this time the acceleration is in opposite direction. So what happens? I move slower. So from here to here, I move faster. From here to here, I move slower. Now, can you tell me where will be my velocity maximum? Where will be my velocity maximum? At B. Because up to that point, I am moving faster. So whatever velocity here I will have here, that will be maximum velocity. Okay, students. From here to here, time taken is t1, let us write, because they have not given. And from here to here, time taken is t2. Okay, what you have to do is you have to check which option is correct. Okay. So for this problem, you have to check which options are correct. Maybe more than one option may be correct. Okay, so let's just write the question quickly. Done. Writing part is done. So I hope everybody is clear with the symbols. Okay, A1 is the acceleration here. A2 is the retardation here. S1 is the distance covered during the acceleration. S2 is the distance covered during the retardation. T1 is the time taken during the acceleration. T2 is the time taken during the retardation. Which relation would be correct? That we have to find. Very simple, students. Look here. From A to B, let me apply my kinematics formula. From A to B. Which formula? Let us say V equal to U plus A. So if this formula, if I apply, what will be my V? This velocity, V max. Let me put only M, okay? I'll write Vm. It is boring to write max all the time. So I'll write Vm. Initial velocity is what? 0. Acceleration is positive, A1. Time taken is T1. Correct? So what is Vmax? A1 T1. Correct, no, students? Equation 1 you can call it. Let us try to apply the other equation also. V square minus U square equals to 2AS. What is my V? From A to B, remember, from A to B. What is my V? Vmax. Initial velocity 0. Acceleration is A1. Displacement is this side only. So both are positive. Displacement is also here. Acceleration is positive on this side. So Vm is equal to Vm square, let me write, is equal to 2A1 S1. Equation 2. Now use the same equations from B to C. First you write this. This part is written. You can use S equal to ut plus half at square also, but I thought better to use these two equations. This brings the time, this brings the distance. Done, students, still here? Okay. Now apply the same equations for B to C. So the student who was telling me about sign, Neha, Solpa concentrate, okay? Now from B to C, what is my final velocity? 0. Initial velocity is this itself. Yes or no? Whatever was final from here to here is now initial from here to here. That means I have taken, the moment I write Vm, I have taken this positive. But since it is retardation, acceleration should be this side. So you must write minus A2. You must write for acceleration minus A2. Time taken is T2. Bring this side. So Vm will be A2 T2. Equation 3. Equation here you apply same thing. From where to where? B to C. Final velocity is 0. Initial is V max. Acceleration is this side. So negative. Displacement is this side. So positive. So when two quantities are in opposite direction, one of them you have to take negative. Which one is your wish? Minus minus cancels. So Vm square will be 2a2s 2. Correct? No. So from 1 and 2, what do you see? From 1 and 2, option A will be correct or not? Not option A, option B, I think. So from equations 1 and 3, sorry, 1 and 3. Left sides are same. Vm is equal to A2 T2. Vm was also A1 T1. So from equation 1 and 3, I can say A1 T1 is equal to A2 T2. Similarly, from equation 2 and 4, left sides are same, no? Vm square, Vm square. If left sides are same, right side also should be same. So 2a2, 2a1 s1 should be equal to 2a2 s2. 2 you can cancel. So this was your option A, which is correct. This was your option B, which is correct. This was option B or C, students, in the question which I gave? B. So both are correct. So try to remember this. Okay, both are correct. Not so difficult. Now, for the same question, let me include one extra question. Neha, I think Sanvi, we may have to do tomorrow only your question. For the same question, if total time taken is t, total time taken, okay, from starting to the last, then find Vmax. If they ask, in terms of what we have to find total time, then how will we do it? Well, just now we found, okay, answer you see, we have found, already we have found Vmax is equals to A1 T1, Vmax is also A2 T2. Correct or not? Now, total time taken they have given in the this next question, T. So T is the total time, means what I can write in terms of T1, T2. If T is the total time taken for the journey from starting to the last, then I can write T as T1 plus T2. Correct? No? What is T1 from here? Vmax divided by A1. What is T2 from here? Vmax divided by A2. So total time is T. T1 is Vmax divided by A1 plus Vmax divided by A2. Then if you take LCM, T will be here. Vm you take common. 1 by A1 plus 1 by A2. Okay. So how will you find now Vmax? T will be Vmax. LCM of this will be what? A1, A2. A2 plus A1. So if you rearrange, Vmax will be cross multiply here. A1, A2, T divided by, bring this one down. So this is your Vmax in terms of what? Total time. Everybody understood this cross multiplication, right? If you cross multiply, it will be T A1 A2 equal to Vmax A1 plus A2. Then you divide by A1 plus A2. You will get Vmax. Okay, students? So since time is not there, whatever Sanvi was asking, tomorrow we will do. First question we will do that only tomorrow. But you do one more additional question to this. In the above question, if the total distance covered if the total distance covered is capital S, find Vmax. So this time what I want, you have to give me the maximum velocity, which it has somewhere in the middle, not exactly midpoint, somewhere in the middle it will be. So you have to find Vmax in terms of total distance. Now tell me, how will you write total distance? This is question, okay? Total distance, how will you write? S1 plus S2, right? S1 plus S2. Understood now? And S1 and S2 you can find from equation, I think 2 and 4, I think 2 and 4. So equation 2, if you check, it was Vm square 2a1 S1. Also Vm square was 2a2 S2. Correct, no students? So your homework, and you should submit it in 1 or 2. Everybody should not submit, then it will become very difficult for me for my mobile phone. So 1 or 2 you try to, everybody should try. Whoever does it earlier, you show to me. If it is correct, I will ask you to post in the group. Once it is in the group, once it is correct, don't keep on sending the solution, okay students? So what you do, hint you want me to give, what you do, from here you calculate S1. From here you calculate S2. Then put S1, S2 here. Then take LCM like here I did and try to find Vmax in terms of total distance. This is Vmax in terms of what? This is Vmax in terms of total time. T only you should not say, total time, okay, total time, total. Similarly, this you try to do, give me Vmax in terms of total distance. For which problem? For the problem when the car starts from rest, accelerates, then retards. So starts from rest, comes back to rest. Somewhere in the middle, it will have maximum velocity. Here it is positive acceleration. Here it is negative acceleration. So for this problem, okay, thank you. Some of you should solve, okay, and share it with me first. And if it is correct, I will ask you to post in the group. Thank you, all of you. Neha, you should call me, okay? Don't take too much time.